G'day Crustacean Nation, Sir Piranolot here with another video. Today we're going to be unboxing some plants and adding them to some of my aquariums, especially this one, my betta tank. Going to be adding a fair few into here and some down there into my shrimp tank. So the plants I've received were from Pisces Enterprises, as you can see. If you haven't checked out my previous video from Pisces Enterprises, pretty much they started sponsoring some of my videos as they sent me some products to check out and review and use. And I messaged them the other day because I was interested in trying to locate some of their plants for sale because I couldn't really find any that I was looking for cheap or in my area. So I thought I better ask them, and they sure enough said, you know, we can just give you some for free. And I said, well, I'll make sure I do a video and give a bit of a shout out. So I received some plants here. We'll have to open it up and get into it and have a look. So here it is, packaged very nicely. Obviously they're plants and they can be fragile sometimes, but they don't need a huge amount of padding or anything. So we've got a big bag of plants there, and then in this little bag got some more Enrich. So I did receive a bottle of this last time I got a package, but they seem to send me a bit more, which is awesome. I'm definitely going to have to use some of that in my latest tank. Yeah, it's really handy. So I just unbagged all the plants. Now, if you know me, I'm not great at classifying or identifying plants at all. So I do know what I ordered, obviously. So these are 2 crypts that I ordered. They're just assorted crypts, so I'm not sure exactly what they are. But crypts are something that I've never actually had, and I thought I may as well try some in my shrimp tank. I see a lot of shrimp keepers putting crypts in with their shrimp, and they always look really nice, so I thought better get onto that. We've got a little bag here with 2 Anubias Nana. They're another thing that I love. I love Anubias, and I couldn't find any Nana anywhere near me, so I thought better get some of that. One seems to be really dark green, which looks awesome, and the other one's a bit lighter. So they'll be going into my betta tank because Anubias is really easy to grow, and hopefully it'll look really good. So I think in this one there's some corkscrew vow. It says there's 4. I think I only ordered 1, but I guess that's just how they send it. Really interesting. I've never actually had like plants like this sent to me, and they sort of put them in this like papery sock, which is all wet. Obviously it keeps the plant moist, you know, throughout its trip. But it's really interesting to see. And just here is some Java fern or Microsorium. Not something I know the scientific name of, but it was on the piece of paper. I'm really keen to get some of this open. Obviously I'll open that up and show it off when I add them into the tank. So these are the crypts. I'm going to be adding 1 bunch into there and then the other one into my shrimp tank. I've never had crypts before, but I have the fertilizer and have decent lighting in this tank and the other tank, so I really hope they're going to go well. They look really nice, and I love how leafy they are, and I think they're going to look great in this tank. I'm thinking of putting it up behind the wood there, sort of, you know, coming over more of a background or mid-ground sort of look. But yeah, we'll go ahead and pop that in. So I'm just going to pop one of them in here, down at the back. Should just bury it into the sand a little bit, get the roots covered. So this is the first side that I did. I put 3 bunches in here, which is awesome. They look great. It definitely livens up the tank. You can see there's a bit of that spongy stuff that was in the bottom that's floating around. I'm just going to go ahead and clean that up once I'm done. I thought it's probably going to be easier just to do that and actually clean the tank out as well, because this tank does need a bit of a clean up anyway. I also put one over here. Once again, same thing. There's a bit of stuff around, but I think they're going to look good. This tank's going to get some more Anubias and stuff, I think. This tank's going to get a bit of the Java fern, and maybe some Vallisneria is going to go into here. I do have some other plans for the Val, so don't worry, like it's not going to be too small or anything, it'll be fine. Then decided to put some of the other crypt into here, so that's just tucked in behind the rock and down a bit. I think it might be interesting to see how it grows in here because there's so many fish, and I want to see if it will grow with, you know, not the greatest lighting and not the greatest substrate and stuff. I just want to see how it goes. And then down here we've got the rest of the crypt. That one sort of floated up a bit, so I have to bury it in a bit more, but that's in the algae ridden tank or my shrimp tank. So I'm looking forward to see how that goes. It may not stay in there. I don't know how I feel about how it looks, but we'll see how it goes. So we're going to move on to the Java fern here, in the little paper sock. I'm interested to see how it was packaged and stuff. So here are the 3 bits of Java fern, looking mighty fine. Love how leafy they are, and they've even got some of like the little fern shooty bits out the top. So we're going to go ahead and whack these in next. So I just added the Java fern in, and boy, it looks so much better with all the greenery. I haven't had a lot of plants like this for ages. I've been sticking to Java moss and Anubias, and I missed the big leaves kind of look to it. I think this is looking really good. The one issue I think I'm going to have is a lack of CO2. So I may start up my DIY CO2 again. I'm also going to be changing the filter on here, so the sponge filter is going to be going, and I'm going to be putting a hang on back filter on. And the hang on back filter is going to go, the intake will be on this side and the output will be on this side, and or maybe in the middle, and it will push water through the sponge and out both sides. But yeah, this looks amazing. The lighting is in a different spot because the lid's off, but you know, once I get the lighting right, I think it'll look great and it's going to grow in really well. So next up we have the Anubias nana here. It's looking great. I reckon I'm going to snip probably this one in half because there's a bunch of leaves in there really small. And I know how to propagate these. They look so nice and they're so green and grown so well. That's the one thing I can say about Pisces plants, is they always seem to be very fresh and lively when you receive them. And I've seen them in shops where they've like got the stock in recently and it always looks nice. So to propagate these ones, you just cut, try and cut half of it. If not, try and get a piece that has at least 2 leaves on it, or 3 leaves. And you just cut it off and then you can place it wherever you want. And it should start growing or continue to grow. So both of these plants have an even sort of amount of roots and leaves. So I can just cut them in half and I'll find the right spot, and I can just split them up. So that's the Anubias done. I put 3 bits into here and then I actually got another 2 in here. So I managed to get 3 bits out of one Anubias plant. And I didn't want to go too overboard on this tank with the plants, but it is starting to get a bit overboard. So we're going to see how this goes with the Vallisneria that I'm grabbing out. But it's looking great. The plants just bring so much to it. I'm sure if I do a before and after sort of shot, you'd be pretty impressed. Like I said, that filter's going to be going, so it's going to look a bit better, I think. The plants do sort of cover the filter, which is nice, but yeah, for better filtration, I do need to swap out that filter. So lastly, we have this corkscrew Val. Val is something that I always see and I always enjoy seeing. It's like the long grass. I'm going to pull it out and get it going. It may be a bit too long for my tank at the moment, but I do have another tank which is much taller that I'm going to be setting up at some point in the future. So here is the lovely bunch of corkscrew Val. It looks amazing just like this. I think I may just keep it bunched up in a big bunch like this. There's actually 4 like different shoots, I guess, or different clumps. So I could really spread it out, but I think it will look much better just like this in the water. And there we have it. All the plants are in. As I said before, I'm going to have to clean up a lot of this mess here, but I do need to change the filter on here anyway, so I'll do that and I'll clean out the tank a bit as well. But the plants are looking great. They're so green and vibrant. Really brightens up this tank and it makes it look so much better. I've never had this many plants, I don't think, in one go. You know, planting it all, it was really fun. Hopefully I planted them all right. I'm fairly sure I've done the right things for each different plant, but if not, I'm sure I'll find out and I can fix that pretty easily. So like I said, the sponge filter will be going. That back corner is a bit bare, so I'm trying to work out what I want to put in there. I also have to fit a heater in here somewhere, so it'll probably go down there or something, or up there. It's going to be a smaller one, but it should, you know, heat the whole tank fine. The room does stay pretty warm anyway, so we should be okay for heat in here. And it's already cycled, so it's like pretty much ready to go. Like I could add Simba and Dr. Epi into here any day now. But once again, massive thank you to Pisces for hooking me up with these plants. They're so vibrant and beautiful. So thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you liked these plants. They look amazing. I hope you like this tank. Let me know what you think. If there's something that I'm doing wrong that you can see, let me know. I'm sure someone will call it out. Once again, we'll be cleaning up this stuff, don't you worry about that, and probably fixing up my light because my light's all crooked now. But that's the end of the video, so once again, thank you very much for watching, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one.